Welcome to the first episode of Hermetically Speaking. Well, first in a long time at least. There's some old ones out there, and if you find them, good for you. This is a podcast where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening. And I'm Toriea, your guide on this transformative journey of self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. Ultimately, a road to freedom. This isn't just a podcast. It's a sacred space where we dive deep into the mysteries of the universe, the power of the mind, and the spiritual tools to awaken to your highest potential. Whether you're just beginning your journey or well along your path, Hermetically Speaking is here to support you every step of the way. This podcast was born from a desire to streamline and simplify the vast topics of spirituality, healing, and conscious living into one powerful platform. Here, you're going to find a mix of the work I do under Tapestry Healing, where I explore foundational healing and the tools to navigate trauma, emotional challenges, and deep transformation. And you'll also experience Hermetically Speaking's focus on spiritual expansion, alchemy, energy work, and the beautiful realization that you are the creator of your reality. And as I am creating my reality, I'm trying to figure out, do I need to have multiple businesses? Where do I want to be? And Hermetically Speaking is my dream. So I'm going to go ahead and funnel everything into it when it comes to the podcast. And the truth is, everything you need to heal, grow, and thrive is already within you. And that is what this podcast is all about. Reclaiming your life, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, every aspect of you to know that you are in charge. So, what can you expect from this podcast? We're going to have some deep conversations, topics ranging from reprogramming the mind after trauma to mystical alchemy, hermetic principles, and creating your best reality. And first and foremost, mystic psychology, which is one of the foundational sciences of Hermetics and the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. Next, we'll be talking about practical tools, meditations, journaling prompts, affirmations, exercises to help you integrate what you learn here into your everyday life, numerology, astrology, all of the fun ologies. That was a goofy little joke. Anyways, stories and insights. I'll share my own journey from overcoming emotional difficulties to embracing the power of healing and spiritual awakening. And I'll also have guest experts and perspectives. We'll hear from others who walked this path, sharing their wisdom and experiences to inspire and empower you. At the core of Hermetically Speaking, we believe in three things. Number one, you are one with all things, including whatever higher power you believe in. God, Source, the Divine, Creator Conscious, the All, Jah. There's an infinite ways to describe the higher powers that we know, and there's more that we don't even know. Number two, you are the creator of your reality. And this is hard, especially when you're recovering from trauma, because we don't want to be the creators of trauma, and we couldn't believe that we possibly were. So if that number two is hard for you to handle, just sit tight because it'll all make sense down the road, and stick with me because I promise you, I have been through the depths of despair, purgatory, hell, and all the different layers. And this one was a really hard one for me to grasp. So like I said, if you just stick with me, you'll allow your unveiling to happen naturally. So number three, you can heal yourself. You can heal your mind, you can heal your body, you can heal your soul, your spirit, your brain, any aspect of you. You can heal it. And we're going to walk that journey together. So this is a space where we'll explore not just how to survive life's challenges, but how to thrive and create a reality aligned with your truest self, honoring your dharma and walking it to completion. And if you're wondering just what Hermetics is or has to do with this journey, it is my understanding and my belief and what I have been shown that it is the lost foundation of humanity. Hermetic principles, which are rooted in ancient wisdom, provide a timeless blueprint for understanding the universe, the mind, and our role as creators of our own reality, and the sciences that were studied back then in comparison to the quote-unquote sciences studied now. These teachings remind us of the divine connection between ourselves and the world around us. They allow us to reconnect down to the core, to everything. and they hold the keys to unlocking personal transformation, universal harmony, and spiritual awakening. Truths that have been buried, overlooked in the rush of modern society. Hermetics teaches us that the mind is all, that as above, so below, and as within, so without. It illuminates the path to self-awareness, reminding us that we are not victims of circumstance. We are powerful creators of our own experiences, and we just did not know that. We forgot it for far too long. And now we are here to reclaim our power, reclaim our right, and reclaim our divinity. I believe this ancient wisdom is not only relevant, but essential for the world today to grow in the direction of ascension. It reconnects us to our divine nature and gives us practical tools to heal, transform, and thrive while raising the consciousness at the same time. Throughout this podcast, we'll dive deep into these teachings, breaking down their meaning, exploring how they apply to our lives, and uncovering how they can help us reclaim our humanity. If you are ready to rediscover the foundation of who we are as spiritual beings, to heal, and to create a life aligned with your highest potential, then you are in the right place. So claim your seat, stay seated, come back for the next episode and the next one and the next one, and, find what resonates with you. Let's rediscover what's been lost and rebuild a future based on the timeless truth of Hermetics. Before we dive deeper into this journey, though, I want to take a moment because you're probably like, who is this woman? Oh my gosh, who is she? And what gives her the right to come on here and tell me that she knows what she's talking about? Because I've questioned that myself. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what qualifies me to speak on these topics and guide others along their path. I am not a licensed professional or certified clinician. Rather, I'm someone who has walked the path of profound healing, transformation, and spiritual awakening. My experiences have been my greatest teachers, and I share from a place of authenticity, vulnerability, and hope. I know that at the end of the day, I am my own guru, and I can teach myself the greatest lessons that I can learn. However, I still need others along the path to help me learn and teach me in other ways, and so we'll open our minds to both concepts. So personally, I have over 6 years clean and sober from all substances, a journey made possible through various 12-step programs, and a deep commitment to reclaiming my life. Along the way, I've completed specialized trauma treatments that reshaped my understanding of myself and my experiences. Multiples, manys, because when we have trauma, emotional difficulties, distress, things like that, it affects multiple layers of the being, from the mind to the soul to the emotional body to the physical body. And so therefore, we need multiple avenues of healing to target those multiple layers of dis-ease. And so the word disdain wanted to come up, so we'll maybe circle back to that and see why that occurred, because it didn't feel right, but I know that it was right because it was channeled in. And so, yeah. So you'll hear me do that every now and then, right? I come up with words, I get, intuitive and channeling. And so disdain is coming up, and maybe it's, our disdain for it. Maybe it's the disdain in a reflection. It'll be interesting to navigate this. So anyways, more about my qualifications though. For 5 years, I navigated a spiritual and complex PTSD psychosis, including Stockholm Syndrome and a lot of other symptoms. A journey that revealed the intricacies of mystic psychology and the unseen workings of our minds. It was during this time that I discovered the power that we have to heal ourselves. It's inside of us, and we are born with it, and no one can take it from us. We can just forget it, and that's what we've done for far too long. So through this process that I went through, I transformed my debilitating CPTSD score, and it's now near non-existence. I have reclaimed my life and leaving behind the overwhelming effects of Stockholm Syndrome, which I lived in for over a decade. Now, I've experienced homelessness, financial struggles, massive amounts of debt, eating disorders, physical and mental health diagnoses, and more. And through each challenge, I learned that the pain we endure can be the catalyst for our greatest growth. However, we have to get there. We have to understand that the pain is propulsion. And the psychosis I experienced taught me about the power of triggers, not as signs to run away, but but as roadmaps showing us the way toward healing and toward magnificent powers that are beyond our current conscious scope. I've also encountered the depths of telepathy and the spiritual journey that connects us to the unseen forces within and around us. The understanding has fueled my passion to help others reclaim their prosperity, divine nature, and innate ability to heal. It is truly in my path, in my astrological chart, in every part of my being to give back to the world, to communities, to give back what has been so freely given to me in some regards. Now, my life has been a true testament to the power of resilience, transformation, and hope. I've been put on this earth to be a vessel of healing, to share my story, and to empower others to rise from their pain and embrace their highest potential. I'll be unveiling more of my journey as this podcast continues, because this isn't just about my story. It's about the hope, healing, and wisdom that can emerge from yours. Let's walk this road together. Because I can promise you I was not always this cheerful or this put together or knowing what to say, and sometimes I'm still not. And in the depths of all of it, it was hell. It was hellacious. It was purgatory. I didn't know if I was going to get out. And I did it for a reason. And that's because you can too. And that's what this is really about, is I did it. Yay, great, yes, wonderful for me. But this is also what I want for every single person that struggles with any form of dis-ease, whether it's mental, spiritual, sexual, physical, emotional, whatever it may be, because they are all intertwined. The content shared on Hermetically Speaking is for informational and inspirational purposes only. I teach from my own personal experiences and the tools I've used on my journey of healing, spiritual awakening, and self-discovery. I am not a licensed medical professional, therapist, or counselor, and the information shared in this podcast or any future episodes should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing severe emotional distress or trauma, I suggest you seek support from a licensed healthcare provider or mental health professional, while also considering joining me on this journey. We will have a lot of things in common possibly, and that may be able to help you navigate your trauma with a little bit more of a roadmap than the flailing that I experienced for years. Always use your own tuition and consult with a professional when implementing any new practices into your life, especially if you have one that you're already working with and that you trust. Those are hard to come by, and hold them dear because they will absolutely help you on your journey. And they're spirit sent. Absolutely. I can speak from experience on that. So this is Hermetically Speaking. My name is Toriea, and thank you for trusting me to share my journey with you, and for really just being a part of this empowering space. Because what it's really about is not just trusting me to share my journey with you. It's trusting me to know that you can trust yourself to heal too. That's what it's about. So empower yourself. Like and share. Give me any feedback that you might have or any topics that you want to discuss. I'm here for all of it. So this is Hermetically Speaking, Toriea, signing off for the day and the first episode. We'll see you on the next one.